From cradle to confessional,
This is Messy Since Birth,
I'm Allie.
and I'm Amalia. Hey, twin.
Hey, twin. How you doing?
I am doing great. It's finally nice and warm over here. How about you?
It's always warm over here, girl. It's hot as hell. I'm good. So, what's your messy moment of the week?
You know what? My messy moment is the low key road rage I've been having lately, but not like go to jail road rage, just very irritated. And my thing is like, don't you know when you get on the highway, you have to mash on the gas, you have to speed up? I'm very annoyed this week with bad drivers. And that's my mess of the week.
That is so funny because literally, as I was driving home tonight, I was like, people in Maryland think they got it bad, but people here really don't know how to drive. And there's construction literally everywhere. Everywhere.
I
My
bet.
messy moment of the week is I went to see Sinners for the fourth time.
Don't spoil it for me though.
I'm not gonna spoil, no. I would never. But the third time that I went, there were a group of teenage boys in there who snuck in, and they were so loud and so obnoxious. And they, of course, they were sitting right next to me. They
Mhm.
had to have been sitting next to me because that's the way it played out. So the attendant comes in and he's like, I need to see y'all's ticket. Meanwhile, the one guy who's sitting right next to me is on his phone on FaceTime. Yeah. I'm at the movie theater. Boy, if you don't get off your phone. So my mess is people who don't know how to be respectful in a movie theater. There
Where's
was
the decorum?
also an older white gentleman who was in there who was very talkative during the movie. So that's what prompted me to go see it a fourth time because my third viewing experience was shit.
Mhm.
So
Like,
that's my mess.
please. That's really annoying. Okay, guys. So let's get into my recap for this week. So I have the Valley and Summer House. You know, I'm a Bravo girly, so this is where I stay. All right, so let's start with the Valley. So brief recap. Jax, he's in rehab. Brittany, she's over it. Yeah, he's in rehab. He's addicted to cocaine. Um,
I was gonna ask, is he a crackhead? And then here you are.
very close. Very close to a crackhead. He and like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but this season, like the first episode, I was like, okay, I don't think I can watch this show anymore. It's just a little bit too dark. I come to Bravo to laugh and judge a little bit. This too much for me. So he's gone. Great. The mood has lightened. It's also Janet's birthday. She's going to Dave and Buster's because that's her thing. She is odd. I truly believe that Janet is a monitoring spirit. She just creeps me out. And I don't know if you guys know, but allegedly, Janet moved to LA to infiltrate her way into that Vanderpump Rules group.
Janet is the fan of the show, right? Janet is
Yes.
the lady who looks like a plain Jane who's
Hmm.
a fan. Okay. Just wanted
She
to
is
make
a full blown
sure.
fan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's why she's just giving monitoring spirit. And that's the only explanation I'm going to get or give. So take what you want. All right. So then so Kristen and Jesse are like friends now. And they're like, oh my God, let's plan a trip to Santa Barbara. And Jesse's like, okay, cool. Like, I'll plan it, I'll find the house, I'll pay for it. His ex wife, Michelle, is still friends with everyone in the group. This is at Janet's birthday party at Dave and Buster's. She's going around asking people to decide on if she should stay in the house that her ex husband is paying for or if he should stay in the house. Michelle, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. Just walk away. And I know production wants them to get together for the drama, but like for your own sake, well, the funny part is that a lot of people were like, no, Jesse should stay in the house. He's paying for it, isn't it? Like he's planning the trip. So why would, yeah. So
No,
the
thank you.
Valleys,
No,
um,
thank you.
yeah, I'm trying to give it more of a chance. I think it'll get better. Hopefully.
How
All
many
right.
episodes in are they?
I think three. And
Okay,
like the
so
first two were like, this may be cut off.
they
Like,
have a chance to get better.
I think it will now that the cuckoo bird Jax is gone. He just,
Can I circle back to Janet?
mhm.
I don't know this lady. I don't want to know this lady. But why are we on Bravo having our birthday party at Dave and Buster's
Guess it's just like a Midwestern thing. Like I
to
told you,
go
she
to
was
Dave and
infiltrated.
Buster's?
Like she knows Dave and Buster's to a T. Like she has an itinerary planned out. Like she goes to the prize room first to figure out what she wants to see how many tickets she needs. Like she knows her Dave and
If
Buster's.
you don't get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. And I'm like, wait, is this how people feel when I start talking about Bravo shows? They're like, I'm zoning out because like I just can't relate.
No, those are two
But
different things.
okay, but yeah, she has it down to a T.
Okay.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, good for her.
Hmm.
I love that for her.
You know,
Dave and
she's living.
Buster's. And she
Yeah.
invited people. Like, this wasn't just like her family or something. She, like,
Well,
it was like her
mhm,
friends.
exactly. So it was like the whole,
Oh,
because remember,
oh,
she
interesting.
infiltrated the group. She's not from LA or the Valley. Where,
Interesting. Okay. That's concerning, but okay.
yeah.
I'm right.
So moving on to Summer House, which this episode was interesting. So they have the snooze fest. So the people hosting it are Paige, Amanda, and Sierra. They call it the snooze fest because they are always bed rotting, which I love. Just girlfriends hanging out, scrolling on their phone in the bed, don't care about anything. They're just
I
living their life.
100% condone bed rotting.
100%. And then the fact that it was a party, if you're tired, you could just lay on one of the beds at the party.
Period.
Um, so have you ever watched Summer House? Okay.
But I know Sierra because
Yeah,
she made it really far on the Traders.
she did.
So I
Now,
know her from that.
I'm not going to do a big debrief on Carl, but Carl is a very interesting character. So at the snooze fest, Carl approaches Sierra and is like, I have a little crush on you. I think you're amazing. Da, 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 da. And Sierra's just kind of like, what? That's kind of out of nowhere. Anyway, what I was thinking is like, if I didn't know Carl's past, I think that Sierra and Carl would make a really cute couple. But Carl, he's just not ready for a relationship right now. That's my thoughts on that. So moving on,
He's got
Lex,
some big ears.
yes, yes,
Okay.
and big teeth.
I can't really see the teeth in this picture, but the ears are very, very. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the new cast member, Lexi, she's like a teeny bopper. I think she's 26. Um, she's annoying. I'm sorry, she's annoying. But I think, matter of fact, I know she's smarter than she's letting on. So there's this guy, Jesse, and he's pretty much like a F boy. So he's telling his friends one thing, essentially like trying to make his friends think that she's pretty cuckoo bazooku. When in reality, she's been telling him, we kind of need to slow down. Like, I just want to get to know you. Like, I'm not going to sleep with you until I get to know you and we're exclusive. Him being the typical F boy, he's trying to speed things up so that he can get with her. I'm like, oh, okay. So they confronted each other. I honestly thought that Lexi was going to be like, okay, fine, like I give in. She held her ground. And that is why I feel like she's smarter than she lets on. So I'm like, okay, I'm interested to see what happens in the future with them, but I don't know. All right. Now moving on to Kyle.
Kyle
Look,
was on the Traders before too.
he was.
I want to say he's got blonde hair.
Hmm.
Kyle Cook.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was on like season 1 or season 2.
Oh, see, I didn't start watching until my housewives got on the traders. So,
Yeah, you didn't
I,
start watching until season 3. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
he was
he's
on season 1.
okay. Yeah. So Kyle, my thing is he'll spiral on the weekends, but I feel like slowly but surely he's low key starting to mature. And I just like the interaction between him and Amanda when they had like their date lunch. I was like, oh my God, he's such a good husband. Like he gives her space for her to share her feelings and actually lets her talk instead of coming back as soon as she finishes the sentence. And I'm like, wow, this is maturity. I love it. But a big discussion at their lunch was like Amanda was pretty much like, I don't really know if I want kids now or ever. And I can understand
Mm.
where she's coming from. She's just starting a new business. Like she got her mental health where she wants it. Like, why would she want to bring a child into this? Like a kid could change everything. And I'm like, I think she's only like 1 or 2 years older than us. I'm like, girl,
Okay,
you
how long have they been married?
that's a good maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And he he did she go into the marriage knowing that he wanted kids?
Well, they both wanted kids, but she was
Okay.
having some like internal, issues. And I mean, I think it's big of her to be like, right now, I just made it to where I feel comfortable. I don't want to do that to myself. And I will say that unlike I feel like a lot of men, he was under I think he could understand like where she was coming from while he was disappointed. He was kind of like, okay. But that's why I'm like, okay, I think Kyle is a pretty good husband. And she's only like 32, 33. You'll be fine.
And
Like,
he's 42?
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, girl, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
People have kids when they're like 42 these days. You're
right.
good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, it's your choice.
exactly.
You
My
could be
body,
85 and have a kid if you want to.
which is
I don't know
nuts.
who is gonna raise that kid, but if you decide to be 85 and have a baby, then that's your choice.
I'm just thinking like physiologically, what is that doing to your bones? Like you
'Cause you
are
know when you old, you got brittle bones.
that's why I'm like, that seems it's like that's giving Breaking Dawn when they're
When she's
on
pregnant
their
with Renesmee.
yes. Like, what's going
Renesmee
on?
beat that bitch's body up.
Yeah, it don't seem worth it to me, but hey, to
No,
each their own.
to each their own. Okay, so currently I'm watching season 2 of The Never Ever Mets over there on OWN. For those of you who don't know about The Never Ever Mets, it's pretty much people who have met online and they're dating, they call themselves dating each other from their online relationship. So we have Charlie and Jared, who have been together for 4.5 years. Their relationship is a little bit funny to me because they went to high school together, but they did not know each other in high school. They met on Facebook years down the road, and now they're together for 4.5 years. They are together for 4.5 years,
And just to
virtually.
clarify, okay, these people have never met. but
Never.
they're in a full-blown committed relationship with each other.
You heard me.
Okay, I'm just trying to paint a picture for the
Ye
listeners because
Because what in the craziness is going on?
mm,
If this is not no 90 Day Fiance, we live in different countries.
mhm,
This is you live in South Carolina and I live in Dallas, Texas.
nuts.
Insane. So Charlie and Jared dropped bombs on each other. Charlie dropped a bomb on Jared that she had just given birth to a baby a month ago.
And this is wait, this is when they're meeting for the first
This is when
time.
they're meeting for the first time.
So you need to tell me she's
Mhm.
4 weeks postpartum meeting this man.
Talking about some, I just didn't know how to hide my breast pumping anymore in the house. So I need to tell him that I just had a baby. Okay.
Okay,
So she pulls Jared to the side to tell him that she just gave birth and that she
literally.
has other information to share with him. I just had a baby a month ago. And you know how I told you that I only had the one daughter who's 12? Well, I really have two other kids.
So
So I have four kids in total, a fresh baby. Now, here's my question to you. So, y'all are together
mhm,
for these four
quote,
and a half years. Are y'all really together?
I feel like
If y'all never met.
no, strictly because they're both in the US. Because you can, plan out a trip to pay for your gas to get from South Carolina to Dallas. You can budget that out. That's the reason that I say they're not in a relationship. If it was a 90-day fiance situation, that's completely different. But
Right.
this,
Right.
okay.
Well, for those of you who watched the last season of Never Ever Mets, there was literally a couple on there who they both lived in LA.
You're lying.
So y'all live right around the corner from each other and y'all ain't never met? Y'all just want
That's
to be on TV at this point.
I was gonna say that. Sounds like a scam. Scam.
Okay, so
Arella.
anyways, back to Charlie and Jared. So Charlie tells Jared that she has the four kids. Well, then here he comes. Well, I also have to tell you that I just had a baby, what, 6 months ago? So y'all both been lying to each other.
Yeah,
But not only have you been lying, y'all been cheating.
that's crazy. So they believe that they're in a committed relationship, but they both two-timing each other.
So then now, okay, so now you guys are together in this home and you're talking about merging your lives. He's literally sitting up there talking about some, I think I'm going to move to, I think she lives in Dallas. She tells him how many bedrooms she has in her house. So she's like, he says, I think I'm going to move to Dallas. So, but to me, y'all's relationship is built on lies. There's no way. If it didn't work for y'all when you didn't meet, it's not going to work now that y'all have met. Throw it in
Oh
the
my.
trash. Bag it up. So
Yeah.
then they tell everyone in the house, because they all live in a house together. Forgot to mention that. They're all living in a house together. So all these couples, there's 7 couples living in a house together. So they eat dinner with each other every night and, so they sit down and they're telling the rest of the house guests, "Oh yeah, we just wanted to tell you guys, we both revealed to each other that we both just had new babies."
We
So
both
then
review.
there's this other person in the house who hears them talk about this, who in his confessional, he says, well, it's refreshing to hear that they made it through and that they're deciding to move forward with one another after revealing that they both just had new babies because I also just had a baby, but I don't know how to reveal that to my partner.
How about I two-timed you and got somebody pregnant? What?
Right, right.
Who is this?
So this is Clavasier and Tatiana. The fact that this man's name is Clavasier.
Yay. Of course he did it. Of course he did it.
The
Like, come
fact that his name is Clavasier takes me out every time. So yeah, he just had a baby. Uh-huh.
and where's the mother of the baby? Does she think they're in a relationship or is she just gonna turn on OWN and see him on the TV
Exactly. Questions that need answers.
immediately? Huh?
Because what are we doing?
You know what, Oprah? I never thought you would stoop this low, but come on. This is
Oh,
sick.
girl, OWN is the network for all the messiness.
I thought TLC was bad, but Oprah.
No, no, no,
Wow.
no. Okay, so then the last couple that I want to talk about for this week is Kiki and Brandon.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, they've been dating for 4 years. So Kiki,
I'm sorry. Like, I want everyone to understand that, like, okay, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, cute. Over 4 years, you're mentally unstable at that point. Like, something's not working in your brain. I'm sorry. That just took me out. Proceed.
over 4 years, over a year.
Right.
Over a year is you should be having questions like, why haven't we met each other in person? To me, this isn't a catfish thing because they FaceTime with each other. But if you're truly trying to build something with someone, some of these people are talking about they want to build and get married and do these other things. But if you truly want to do that with this person, then you should be committed to seeing each other.
Right. And I just want to mention that Kiki lives in Atlanta. Brandon lives in Birmingham, Alabama.
That's a two
If
hour drive.
you can't scrape together 2 pennies to put gas in your car to come to see me, these people act like one person lives in Japan and the other person lives in Maine. Like, they live in the same region.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Alabama to Atlanta, that's that's right up the road.
Seriously.
So I
Did they
don't understand why we cannot make that work because you're not serious about it. You got to be serious about it and make that you put in that time to drive to see this person. Bitch, hop on a train. The Greyhound. If you don't know how to drive, Greyhound,
right.
it
Well,
gets you there.
Southwest, I'm sure there's
That's a
tickets for
45-minute flight.
Yeah. It's just like the 4 years is killing me. Like,
Killing me.
you okay.
Okay, so Kiki, she is a bigger girl. Like, she's a full figured woman. And so she was going into this like a little bit like, I don't know if he's really gonna like, he says he likes bigger women, but I don't know if he's serious about that. Brandon loves a plus size, he loves a thick, he loves a BBW, okay? Because she is a BB,
But they FaceTime, but not her whole body.
not her whole body. Because
Red flag, no.
what you see on this picture at the top,
Trying to
just
get
try
you
to
to
find a video clip of her bottom. And it's nothing.
eyes.
It's nothing. There's nothing wrong because I'm all about body positivity. There's nothing wrong with her body. If you love it, I like it.
My God.
Okay. So Kiki's 29. She like to party. Kiki lives in Atlanta. She throwing back them beverages. Okay? The girl just drinks. Where's the tequila? Where's the vodka? Like, that is her thing. So everyone else in the house is like, Brandon, like, are you gonna talk to her about this? Cause he's sitting there watching her like, really, girl, this is what you do? Cause you got liquor in your hand 24/7. So he asked her, are you an alcoholic? And she's like, no, this is how I like to have fun. This is how I can express myself to being around other people. Okay, if you need liquor
Mhm.
to get you to be around other people, you have a problem.
Right. And at her big age, th- like, I just want to have, like, honey, what's going on?
You're
I think
grown.
she's treating it like a vacation. So do you even like this?
Yes. But she also, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Now you ain't have to do all
Thick,
that.
thick, thick.
You didn't have to do.
Well, I was expecting just thick, but she is Georgia thick. I get it. Sorry.
It was a jump scare.
Jump scare.
So she says no, that she's not an alcoholic, and that this is how she proceeds to tell a story about how me and my friend, the way we spend our nights in is we'll just get a big bottle of alcohol and we share it and we'll finish it by ourselves. And I'm like, girl, now the night before she had been drinking. Where's the tequila? Where's the vodka? Where's the this? Where's the that? She doesn't even wake up the next day. She passed out. She's passed out on the bed. And everyone's like, is she okay?
Brandon's like, I don't even know this woman.
So I feel
Right.
like this is an easy out for Brandon if she does
Uh-huh.
not clean up her act. If she doesn't get it together, he's done because he's not about to be trying to stick around with her and her drinking. He's not doing that.
No, and it says he's a former football player. I feel like he takes health seriously, and not saying that because she's bigger, the issue is the alcohol. The issue is the alcohol.
Yes.
Like, I think that that would be the deal breaker. He said he liked thick girls, so but the alcohol. Look, I like to have fun too, but there's a time and a place. And I feel like if you're meeting your boyfriend of 4 years you've never met, you kinda like keep it together.
Now, at her big grown age of 29, is she gonna have a crash moment where this alcohol is about to start fucking with her.
Oh, yes. It's not gonna hit the same.
It's not. So, yeah, that's where we're at for the Never Ever Mets. Y'all have got to tune in. It is
Yes.
not too late to start because they are only, I want to say, 4 episodes in. They're 4 episodes in, so get caught up, y'all. This season is a hot ass mess. A hot ass mess.
Oh my gosh.
Because at least with last season, there were some couples that, they made it. Here, I don't see none of them making it.
Wow.
They can lie and say that they're gonna commit to it
Mhm.
afterwards, but I don't see it happening. So
No.
y'all tune in to Never Ever Met's Get Caught Up.
Mm. Okay. So we are going to get into Bravo's newest show, Bravo's Love Hotel. So just a backstory, it's a dating show with 4 housewives. Now, I'm about to be a hypocrite. I know I said I don't like dating shows, but I think the reason I like this show is because they're all mature women. Like there's no young, foolish drama so far. And so I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I can watch people who have lived date. So I am a fan of the show. What I am sick of, though, is all of these White Lotus coded shows. I cannot stand it. And that's my gripe. So we have Giselle, Ashley Darby, Luann, and Shannon Storms Bedore. I feel like you have to say her whole name.
Okay, so you know I'm very Bravo and Black coded. So stopped watching Real Housewives of Orange County, like, ooh, gosh, I don't even know how long ago now. So, um, when they were introducing the cast, I was like, oh, okay, I know Luann, I know Giselle, I know Ashley, and Sutton.
Shady Boots. Like, that's my girl, Shannon Storms Bedore.
But I was not alone in this thinking that it's Sutton because Portia and Giselle were on Watch What Happens, and Portia also thought that it was Sutton.
Now, here's my thing with Portia. Love a down bad girl, but you also thought the Underground Railroad was was under the ground. So I'm gonna let that comment about Shannon Storms Bedore slide just because of your past transgressions. But you,
Maybe it
I got a
is
bone.
Sutton. I don't know. And they're not. So wait, I just want to be sure that Sutton's on Beverly Hills, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not even the same person. But all white people look alike. So and Andy said it. Andy said, "I understand why you would say that because all white people look alike."
Andy, if you don't sit down, try to save face, whatever.
Okay. So yes. Um I like it so far. Like you said, it's a mature group of ladies minus Ashley Darby. But it's a mature group of ladies looking for real romance. I feel like the selection of men, some of them, I'm just not here for some of them.
There's some really good picks in there. And I was like, now wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh, casting.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
But then it's like I don't know. I don't know. But who I do love out of this whole group of everyone on this show
Mhm.
is the host, Joel. He has been my favorite so far. This is like his show.
It is. And I wrote this down. I love all of these OG housewives references. Like,
Yes,
if you're a
yes.
house girl, then you
Then you
pick up. Ooh,
exactly. Like, he said something about, like, Dr. Wendy at one point,
I'm
and
not gonna
I
doctor.
think it flew over Sutton's head. Oops, my bad,
Oh,
Shannon.
she doesn't watch.
It
Uh,
flew over her head. She didn't get it, but everyone else got it.
oh my, I
But I love
mm,
him. Um, I think my issue with Shannon, her talking about her age every 5 seconds. Like, "Girl, we get it, you're 60. We
I
get it."
will say she's been through a lot.
Well,
Like
yeah, she's a drunk who crashed her car in a house and then ran away from the scene.
leading up to that, I don't I just have such a soft spot for Shannon, but the mania and the little Barbie hands when she's explaining things, I'm like, "You must stop that." I don't know, she just has a lot of anxiety, um, but that's what makes her her. So, I do have a soft spot for Shannon. Luann, these girls better watch out.
Luann is a hot mess.
She's a hot mess, but she pulls these men like, uh, I
Luann
mean,
has got the body, like, and she's got personality. Like, Giselle thinks she has personality.
mm,
Giselle so badly wants to have personality,
I like
but
that take.
it just doesn't land for her. Like, she just doesn't have it.
I'm
But
like,
Luann has got it.
yeah. Li That's why I'm like, "Wow." And I do think these men are going to fight over her based on, like, the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, okay." But what speaking of Giselle, she loves a bandage dress. I'm like, "You've got to get out of 2013. I beg. Please."
I will
Like,
say, okay, so Ashley Darby, I'm not a big fan of Ashley. Not a
you
big
know?
fan of Giselle either. But Giselle grew on me last season.
Yeah, that's what did it.
Ashley, it's a no for me. It's a chop. But this is the best that she has ever looked. Like, her makeup looks good, her hair looks good. Minus the one confessional where she's got that platinum look.
Oh,
She
you
got
don't
like that.
like
I don't like that on her. It
that? Do it.
washes her out.
And, my thing is when it comes to blonde hair, I think the darker that you are, the more cool toned and ashy you can go, and the lighter
Yeah.
Beyonce, like very honey, that and she needs to do that. So I get what
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
almost like a strawberry blonde, and I'm like, I like the bangs, but the color,
I didn't like the color, but I will say whoever is doing her makeup, hire them for Potomac because 10 out of 10,
yeah.
she
I
looks the
mean,
best that she's ever looked.
period. And I like that they're doing confessionals together.
Yes. Now, tell me, did they ever do a confessional where it wasn't like Luann and Shannon or like Shannon and Giselle or like did they ever swap? Because I
Will in the future,
okay.
but not this episode. So
Okay.
yes.
So relationship wise, I think Lou or Shannon is gonna go for the man who um lost his wife.
Okay.
That's a good coupling right there.
I could see that. But well,
They trauma bonded.
yeah. And that's my thing is like, I don't know if she'll get to a certain point where she's like, I can't do this anymore. Da da da. Because, Shannon is Shannon. My thing with Ashley is that she needs a black man. And that is all the explanation I will be giving. If you've watched Potomac, then you should just agree with me based on what we've seen. And Wale and Ashley make a cute couple.
Ella kiss at the end was cute.
Yeah, but I do think sometimes I think she did say that she like goes head over heels really quick. I just need her to slow down. Keep some cards in your back pocket. But I would love to see her and Wale make it
Yeah.
to the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who for Giselle?
the bald black guy.
I don't like him for her. And he's
Or
younger than her.
she needs a younger man.
Just
Um,
uh,
God, the one who Shannon liked, the like silver fox who's like big and
oh
buff with like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I could see Giselle with someone like that. But he has the two young kids, so never mind. She needs someone with like the kids are already grown or no kids at all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, his name is Gary? Or no,
Really?
you're right. Mark. Mhm.
Right, Mark's the buff one. There's a lot of silver foxes
There
with
are.
the pair, mind you.
Yeah. And
I
then
was so
Earl is the one who I think should be matched with Shannon.
Pearl.
Mhm.
Okay, I could see that. In terms of Luann,
She's got a
that
lot
Mark
of options.
she and oh my gosh, her flirting game is on point. She needs to
Mhm.
write a book. Forget about the etiquette. Write a book about flirting, Luann. Okay, her and
Mhm.
the two of them, the way they bag men, insane.
Mhm.
Alrighty,
So, I'm interested to see, do you know how many episodes we're getting of this?
I probably like 10 or 12
10's a lot.
because they said they're going to be there for a couple weeks, and then every gets to give like a hotel key to the person that they're interested in.
10's quite a bit.
I know. But, like, listen, I'm new to dating shows, so, like, the the last one I watched was Are You the One, so I don't know the amount of
We're
episodes.
gonna fix that for you.
Oh, I'm dipping my feet in the pool with Bravo's Love Hotel, and that may be
I need you to grow up.
I know,
You do, I mean, I mean, can you consider the 90 Day Fiancé a dating show?
because
Is
I am
that
locked in that show.
yeah,
Y'all,
I didn't think they were gonna go to 10. 10 is a lot. They're doing 4.
really?
That's what it looks like here. They might go with more, but it shows 4,
I could get with 4.
which
Like,
seems appropriate. 4 or 5 seems appropriate. 10, I wouldn't be able to make it through 10 episodes.
I
That's a
could
lot.
yeah, because it's 3 women, so
Okay, so speaking of women, women. Uh,
Mary.
the women of Atlanta, Georgia.
What's going on?
What's going on here, guys? What
Hi.
is happening over there in hot Atlanta?
Well, don't forget this, episode, they're in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mhm.
I what an odd place to go to and not, like, go downtown. Like, when I was watching, I was like, "They're so lame." Like, why are you in the house? Get your boots on and go down to Broadway and have some fun. Like, what are
The
we
whole
doing?
time. The whole time. The whole time they're in the house.
Golly.
I don't understand. Okay. So Drew just arrived to Nashville for Portia's birthday party that she was not invited to by Portia herself. She was
Mhm.
invited by
Nina.
my queen Angela with her 90s nose.
I like Angela.
Angela, let me ask you a question. How does your
Mm.
back feel from carrying this show on it?
Yeah, she
Drop it
is
in the comments below because I need to know.
amazing. Her and Shamia, I feel like we talked about this before, cut, well, we'll get to it, but Brooke could go.
Who is Brooke?
Brit.
Brit.
Yeah,
Brit Chop.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a little impromptu game that I want to play.
Oh, no.
Is it a
Okay.
game? I don't know. I want us to do our current rankings for our season 16 Atlanta Housewives. And it's going to be funny because they're going to be so different. Our rankings are about to be so different.
Okay, and what are we starting with, the best
Yep.
or the worst? And are we counting Cynthia?
I mean, Cynthia has played a major part in this cast. So yeah.
I'm
So
typing mine.
I can kick it off since
Yeah,
I
because
came in this prepared.
right, I'm like, "Wait a
I'm just
second."
throwing it on you. Okay, so Angela, number 1. She's carrying the show on her back. I will say Carlos King, who used to be on the production for Atlanta Housewives, he spilled some tea this week saying that he's been when he was working for Atlanta Housewives
Mhm.
for about 3 or 4 seasons, they tried to get Angela on this show.
My could you imagine Angela with Candy, Phaedra, Portia, and Nene and
Yeah.
Kenya?
And Kenya. Yep.
Oh my
If
god.
Angela were on this show, we would have never had to sit through Drew Sidora. We wouldn't have
Mhm.
had to go through Shamari DeVoe,
A
Eva,
lim
freaking, yeah. Sonya
Oh,
Richards-Ross,
yep,
we would have never had to go through that. Angela would have been tearing these
yep.
bitches up. So, that's a little side tea for those of you.
Crazy.
Okay, so Angela's got my number 1. Then I have you're gonna hate my list.
Oh.
Um, I don't know if I can call this like a number 2 or a number 3 or I don't like I just after Angela it kind of stops. Like I have
Okay.
I I have nothing for the rest of these people.
Are you for
So my
real?
number 2 would be Cynthia.
I
Cynthia, calm down. Fix your face.
yeah, I was gonna say, I wish you guys could see my face, like, "Huh?"
Calm
But
down.
okay.
And then I have
She about to piss me
it's a
off with this.
toss up between Drew and Shamia. I will
Goodbye.
say that Shamia, thank you for showing us your lavish life. Like,
Mhm.
thank you. Shamia, she's a good glue for this group, but she has never done it for me and she's not doing it for me. Y'all can fight me. Fight me. Do whatever you want. Then I got Portia.
About her on my list.
Yeah, she's a forgetful person. Who's that? Who's Portia? Oh, right.
I can't believe I forgot about her.
And then the mud in the ground of this show is that tacky hoe,
Mhm.
Brit.
Yes.
So
What
that's
about
my
Kelly?
ranking.
You forgot
Oh,
Kelly. What?
Kelly, her face scares me.
I already know.
Kelly, oh, this is hard. Kelly. So I said it was like a mix between. Okay, so Kelly is before Portia. So it literally is going to go Angela, Cynthia, Shamia, Drew,
Mhm.
Kelly, Portia, Brit.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
That's a very interesting list, and I would like to have feedback from others as well. What you think of that list? Okay. So starting with me, I'm Shami is my number one. And like the thing is, there's so much lore about Shamia because if you've been watching Housewives for a while, specifically Atlanta, then you've seen Shamia in and out, and like you didn't really know who she was. Like they were trying to give her that Marlo mystique, but this time Shamia actually is bringing something to the table. Marlo got her peach and let it rot. Um, so Shamia, I love her family dynamic. Side note, Portia is so jealous of Shamia.
Oh, yeah.
Portia thought that she was going to get what's his name again?
Simon.
Yeah,
Oh,
so when she got with Simon, she thought that she was gonna get a Gerald, and that failed horribly. So that's my sidebar. And I'll die on that hill. Okay, after Shamia is Angela because there's just something she just knows what she's doing. She's just a great housewife. Next is Portia. I love Portia.
people like you, the reason why this world is what it is. Because people
You know
like you
what?
like Portia. Okay, keep going.
I
Keep
I
going.
like because I know she's a good time. Okay, like we don't have to be close friends and I tell you everything, but I know if I want to have a good time, I'm gonna call Portia and we are going to have a night. Next is Kelly. I Kelly is growing on me. I really like her because I feel like she is a girl's girl and she's a good time too. Like imagine if Portia and Kelly called you up and said, "Girl, get dressed. We going out." Like to me, it's like,
Not going.
oh, I'm first in line because I don't know where we're going, but I know it's going to be a good time. Next, after Kelly is Cynthia for me. I Cynthia, you've got to lay off the fillers. Like, oh my gosh. Because like Cynthia, she's still beautiful, but when she was talking to Angela, I was just looking at her lips like, "Oh my gosh. Those are not your real lips." And you could tell. It was giving Natalie Nunn saying no. You know how they open up like I feel like if you know what I'm talking about, then you can just picture it. It's not nice. My eyes. My eyes. After that is Brit, and she's just really annoying. And I also just realized her nasally voice this episode.
It
And
took you
of
this
course,
long?
it sure did. I have small ears. I selective hearing.
I don't care if you were deaf. You can hear
It was
this
bad.
bitch talk like this.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why nobody likes me. And I just don't understand how I was the victim. And they're all talking about this is their friend. You they just no compassion. And her bottom lip sits just like this. It's
Yeah.
always the teeth, just like
I it and that's the thing, like, why do we need to be friends with you? We just met you. I don't know you from Adam, ma'am.
y'all are not
Please.
friends, you are coworkers.
Thank you. And of course, last, Drew, Sadora.
You put Brit over Drew. Drew is famously known for being annoying as fuck,
Mhm.
but Brit over Drew?
I just really don't like Drew because I think that she is
Wow.
a liar.
Oh, it's 100%. But Brit is a liar.
But there's something very just sneaky about Drew. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
They're the
she
same. They're one and the same.
you think so? I don't know. Drew gotta
Yes.
go. Like, my thing is, after that horrible, embarrassing, life altering performance at the reunion, she should have been cut. Like, are we being for real right now? Andy, you signed off on bringing her back. What's going on? She needs to go. And put
Okay.
Cyn-
My issue currently, and it's been this way since this season has started, Brit and to a certain extent, your girl Kelly
Mhm.
just declassed the entire show.
I can 100% agree with that. And it's not about like their attitudes. For me, it is solely based on outfit choices. What's going on? You are in a crochet bodysuit with nipple covers, leaving the house to go into public.
Like, bitch, are you me? You think you me?
I would never even wear that in my own home. I would never want to look at myself in the mirror with that.
You are I just don't understand. Okay, so between her and the nipple cover with the
Mhm.
crochet, between bad built booty Brit, because we saw her in that bathing suit.
Tooth.
We
A
saw her
tooth.
in the bathing suit, and it just made me like, I was
Keep it.
sick. I was ill. Between the two of them, it this show, y'all have brought this show down.
Yeah.
It's low class.
I think the worst part is like they think that they're starving, but and not to be classist, but this is housewives, darling. This is not love and hip hop. This is
Go talk to Mona Scott Young if you want to show your ass, your bad built ass. Talk to Mona.
and I know someone may bring this up about how Phaedra kind of did the same thing with the bottoms, but like she had a one piece bathing suit on that was cheeky.
Mhm.
But guess what? They were, I think, in Anguilla. It doesn't really matter the location. They were
Right.
at a
Yeah,
you are in
they
Nashville.
weren't yeah, they weren't going to taste whiskey in Nashville.
Like, could you imagine? You had your bare butt on those stools. Blech. Like,
Okay, before we leave here, we just need to get into the Portia of it all. That's your girl and everything. I like Portia sometimes. I'm sometimesy with Portia. Portia is a liar and Portia is childish. And I feel like just because we've always had other things going on, people don't get to see the real Portia. Like we all know the real Portia because that you said
yeah.
that. You said that.
Yeah.
So we know who Portia is. For her to sit there, I don't know if everyone caught it or if it was just me, but she
Mhm.
then repeated it on Watch What Happens. She said, I don't remember anything.
Mm. Yep.
Trying to be funny. And you're trying to blame it on alcohol? No, bitch. You said what you said and you meant what you said. You said you could steal that lady's husband if you wanted to.
And she
In
could.
what
Well,
world is that okay?
right. It's not okay. But the fact, I think that's why I hurt Angela so much too, because it's like allegedly he did have a baby on the side. So, like, that's really rude. And then she also allegedly stole Fallon's husband.
We
So
saw that happen in real time
it's just like, why would you put yourself in that situation, girlfriend?
because that is the person that she is. That's who she is.
She does like to skate under the radar because remember in I don't know what season it was, but when Bolo came to their house in I think North Carolina,
Yep.
that was same situation where she was like, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know." So, like,
And she tried
what?
to she said she didn't know, and I wanna say that she tried to put the blame on Latoya. Was
It
it
was on some
Latoya? It was on someone else, but she tried to get it off of herself to put it onto someone else.
yeah,
No, it was you,
right.
and it's always you. But right now, you don't have anyone to be shielded under,
Mhm.
so the audience is seeing that it is you. So
Would
I just Portia and her lies and her mouth, it all and her being upset with this whole Dennis thing, I get it to a certain extent. I feel like she's dragging it out.
I mean, I don't understand it personally, like,
Kinda get it. Just a little bit.
I mean, as long as you're paying the child support and doing what you need to do.
Right. But everything else about it, you're dragging it out. You sitting up here being fake mad at Drew. You have no reason to be this upset. And then you come down, this is your birthday dinner, and you come down and you're sitting at the table acting childish. She is a
Right.
child.
It was very childish because, like, my thing is just say how you feel.
She could never.
That's crazy. But
She could
I will
never.
I do like the relationship that, Portia and Cynthia have even after that
Mhm.
stomach kick situation on the boat. If you know, you know.
If
'Cause
you know, you know. Because they was tussling.
I could not believe they aired that. I was like, "Oh, is this what we're doing now?" I mean, we've had worse in Jersey, so I'm not surprised, but
But I just I feel like now the audience gets to see who Portia is. I'm glad, like you said, I love the relationship between Cynthia and Portia, but I don't necessarily feel like Cynthia is holding Portia
accountable.
accountable.
She doesn't hold anybody accountable, though.
But clearly she's holding Kenya accountable for because she even brought it up at the table. That wasn't you don't have pictures with you sucking dick. Like so you're trying to make it like it was like Kenya really did something like I mean Kenya did, but you're trying to hang that over Kenya's head.
Right, like, she wants to remove herself from Kenya,
Yeah.
which I understand. Kenya okay, I totally get it.
So we have 4 more episodes.
No way.
4.
When are they going to Grenada? That's actually all I care about,
So that must be when
they say.
Faye comes in.
Yeah, because I
I'm
saw it.
really, really waiting for this Phaedra introduction
That's gonna be so ooh, she's gonna
because
come friend.
she's gonna come in hot. We know this.
Mhm,
I want to see what the dynamic between Brit and Phaedra is gonna be because we already know that Brit wanted to start it with Kenya. Is she
mhm.
gonna keep that same energy for someone like Phaedra, who also can just fire away?
I think so, but the reason I think this is gonna hurt Britt is because Phaedra's a lawyer, and she's extremely sharp with her reads. And I just Brit is not made for a back
She's
and forth
not.
reading.
Well,
The
we
library
know that because
well,
she couldn't read with Kenya.
I I am excited for next episode when there is that confrontation between Angela and Brit.
Yes.
Like, ooh,
It is
this is what I've been waiting for from
the
Atlanta
yes.
for a long time.
Yes, and I've been giving this season a little bit of hell just because I feel like in the beginning, they were kinda pissing me off, dragging it out, but now with Angela reclaiming her time,
Mhm.
Angela has stepped up and showed out, honey. I am living for it.
She knows how to be a housewife.
Okay, you guys. So we're going to leave it there and we will see you guys next week.
And if you love this week's mess, don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Born messy, staying messy.
Bye.
Bye.